Hello everyone, my name is the Rad Man, and we are back for some more Mad Games Tycoon. So, as you can see from the last episode, I've just been leveling up our guys, or our guy and our girl, I guess. And so, his stats, he could use a little bit of work overall, but she's pretty well finished as far as training. And what I'm going to do is, in the later buildings when we have like 10 or 20 employees, oh, of course it starts raining. What I'll do is I'll just have like a training room where anyone can come in, and there'll be like might even have two of them actually, depending on how big of a building we get. And I'll just start them doing their thing. And then when they finish, they'll just leave and go work on something else. So that should work out okay. We sold a ton of engines and stuff. That's how we have $2 million, almost $3 million. We got a whole bunch of research. I guess there's only 4. We got some features to research. We got a contract to do. So we'll do this real quick. Yeah, that'll be fine. So now we'll get it started, and sorry the last 2 episodes, actually all 3 that I've made so far have been like almost an hour. So now what I'm going to do is I've got my handy dandy phone here, so hopefully we can keep from having, as much of an issue with going overtime. So we'll do this. And then we have a production contract too. This thing's been making bank actually, because we're going to turn down that sound a little. Actually, I'll just turn down my headphones. I had to turn them up for a show I was watching, so now everything's a little bit too loud. But so the goal for this episode, we'll actually get them over here researching features, is we're going to try and update everything. And now that we've trained these guys, we're going to see, we're going to make a game and see how it actually goes, because I don't know how it's going to go. And then one thing we might do is we might try another one of these again. I'm still not sure about it. I mean, I don't know. These sums are lower than the ones that we did have, which is good because I did not really fancy losing like 200,000 every single time we did one of those, which is why they're hard to make money. And I don't know if that's just because you need to, before the game releases, I don't know if you can, like, before the game releases, I'm guessing you're supposed to build, like, hype and stuff for it, like, finance it, but I don't really have any departments that do that, so that's one of the reasons, besides the fact that it takes money. So we'll have these guys create an intro, and then we're going to have them update our RPG engine. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to make sure there isn't an RPG. Oh, there is an RPG engine out. So as long as we don't do an arcade engine, we'll do some other game engine, but that way we can just improve one of our old engines, like probably do the platformer engine, because I like to keep all of them, updated. And so this is now costing us a lot more than we're selling the engine for, but it's 16. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it at $150,000, but now I'm going to put the sharing up to 20%. So, if we sell 2 of these, we'll make back our money. Hopefully the 20% doesn't, put people off. I did forget to rename it, but because of the plus, I can just remember to rename it. And now you can see they're actually going quite fast, because they have their work will and work speed as high as it'll go. So now what we're going to do is, we just got branching AI. Are you kidding me? Branching AI is what my guy's good at, so I guess we will research branching AI, and then we'll develop another engine, probably just another one of our 6s, update it to the current generation of things. And as you can see, we spent our buffer of money that we had Do we have any other 6s, or is it all 8s? We're not gonna do the arcade one. We'll probably do the... No, we'll do the strategy one. So I'll remember to rename this one this time. There we go. And now we are going to sell this one again for 150,000. With 20% profit sharing. Except this, it's going to be 151,000 because it does have a better engine. And there we go. So now that will go, and that cost us about, I think it was about 360,000. So, you know, it's getting expensive to develop these engines, but they're also really, really good to have. So that was the strategy 2. So let's get our strategy 2. The main genre is going to be strategy if we're going to use the strategy engine. And then we'll make RPG as the second one, since I would have a 17 now engine, but competing with other engines it's not something I really want to do. Ooh. Maybe we should get some topics, but for now, we're just gonna go with what we have. And you know, we're still only using a game size of B, so we're not gonna lose too much money if this doesn't go well. But if we do manage to make money, that will mean that we are going to want to upgrade and get a better size of game. Preferably, we'd have one that has just above or just below the number of features that is actually built into the engine. Would be preferable. We'll leave these at default because we need to buy copy protection just in case. We want the highest effectiveness. Money, 25,000 isn't that much. So we'll use that. We'll do next. We'll give it all languages, just because doing language packs later is annoying. So now what we'll do is we'll turn off sprites, and we'll give it... We won't have split screen multiplayer. We do need color, and we need at least one of these sounds. So it does need one of each of these. So these 3 are not optional. You have to have all of those. So there, and then these ones must be the ones. Wait a second. 3. Okay, yeah. So we will have a branching AI, but we won't have any of these other things. And like I said, if this game makes money, then I'll be more willing to mess around with more advanced things. And there we go. Sports 1.0 has made us a little bit of money. Our new engines still haven't sold. I wouldn't expect them to sell that fast, because you know, I sometimes forget that it does pause the game when we do like selecting a game and stuff. And we are definitely going to want to fix the bugs in that. Oh. Because once we hit 50, yeah. I think what we're going to do is... What's the next up level of building? For 1.2 million, we can buy a decently sized building. The biggest one in the building is actually really, really, really overkill. So we'll probably just buy this one, since we'll have about $1 million left. Actually, about $1.5 million left. But I think it's going to cancel this if I do that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to demolish the toilets. And that's going to be a very, very bad idea, but we're gonna build a teeny tiny little quality assurance place just to fix the bugs, because I did not read what that said. Must have been music studio. Okay, so now we have dedicated areas to make good things, basically, is what that told me, if I would have been paying attention. I do not know. Stinking. Oh yeah, so when you get enough points in each of these, it gives you all those mini studios to boost everything else. I do think before you can actually use it, though, I do think you have to research it. Wrong place. I do think you have to research it from the others. Yeah, okay, so it unlocks it, but you can't. These are the ones you can do, so you do have to research them before you can actually use them. So let's get us some discs. We'll see if we can just fit. I'm going to be getting rid of this building as soon as this is done, because they're going to complain that there's no toilets. So we'll just give them crappy desks, because the desks are going to be getting sold in about 5 seconds anyway. Shame we spent all this money for 2 employees, but you live and learn. And let's just do a size comparison real quick. So we're going to be not quite doubling. Maybe we'll take out a loan and get this medium office. That might be good. We'll decide that though when we finish this game. So now what we're going to do is remove the bugs of transporting barbarians, and we'll probably make a game report for our one game that we'll have out at the time. Production contracts is what I meant. I believe we're gonna get penalized for that, but oh well. The penalties actually aren't that bad when you have that as much money as we have right now. Okay, so transporting barbarians. No, I do not want to release that game right now. We need to remove the bugs, and I think each one of them takes 6 bugs every time they do that. So it'll get rid of them relatively quickly. And imagine if we had 4 employees working on this, that would have been 2 times faster, and this would have been 2 times faster. We'll create a game report for game 1. Really, that had a 31%. Oh yeah, it did. Yeah. Like that really had a 31%. And then my brain actually kicked in, and I was like, oh, penalty of 10,000. So I guess it is better to just let it finish. Transporting barbarians. So this is another thing I can research, is this place can actually quality test the game for different things, but we can't do that right now. So we're going to release this game. It better do good, because it's a B game, and I poured like 300,000 into it, and I'm going to be buying a new building, which is probably a very, 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 very bad idea. We'll just do these guys. At this point, it really doesn't matter who you go with. Yeah, okay, so we're going to get about a 65? Yeah, 66. Okay, so that's actually good. That's not bad. Well, first thing we're going to do is do the 2 contracts before they poof into the aether forever. And then we're going to see if I can actually do any of these production contracts. I don't like to uncheck this. I think we can do, but we're not going to be able to do that million one. So don't tell them we're going to make 1,000,000 units, please. That would be very bad, because there's no way this little machine can do 1,000,000 copies in 5 weeks or whatever it was. So now what we're going to do is the last thing we're going to do is we're going to make an update to the game, and by the time this gets done, I'm guessing that, oh, it's actually growing in popularity. That is very good. Oh, they finished that update rather quickly, actually. I was not expecting them to finish it that fast. Now this guy does cost us 12,000, or this girl, just because I leveled her up so much. But I think we're making enough money at this point that even with all of our facilities down, yeah, oh, I can do we can crank out that real quick. But what I was going to say was, even with all our facilities down and stuff, I think we'll still be fine. So I am definitely thinking that video game making may be viable now. We only sold 5,000 that week, though. But keep in mind, we're also going to be able to do like marketing and stuff. So we're not just going to sell a game with 0 of this value ever again. We would definitely build the hype meter by using our marketing department. Of course, that also means that we're spending a lot of money because every time you do marketing, it costs it's quite actually a substantial amount of money if you get the game all the way to 100 before you release it, which I usually do just because that makes them actually profitable. I've actually had one or two. I do remember now that I think about it more that no, that wasn't. So no one's licensed the really good engines yet. That might be because we are in 1987, and I really hope that the camera turned on because there's no preview of it, so I don't actually know if it turned on or if it just turned on the green light on the camera. But we'll make an update real quick because like 24,000. Yeah, we can do that. It'll finish it really quickly. Because the thing about this is like I'm used to this. Oh, someone just bought it. Yep. This is. Oh, my brain just died. What? Huh? Huh, that was odd. Yeah, we'll make back a little bit of money on this, but definitely putting more money into it would have helped. We might even actually get our own console at this rate. But one thing we're going to do is buy a bigger building. We have 4 million, so we're going to spend 2 million on it. And then we're going to pause the game the second it loads this. Okay, pause this. And so now you can see we have a substantially larger building. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in our production room kind of out of the way. We're going to make this big enough. We can always downsize it if we need to, but this should be big enough to hold at least 2 printing. Why do I always call them printing machines? They're presses is what they are. We're going to buy, actually we have room for 3 presses. So we're going to be buying 3 presses. We just did. We're going to now be buying a storeroom because we're probably going to self-produce our games because that way we can choose when well, we don't really choose when to take them off the market. It just happens. But that way it makes it so you can make money after your game sells, but basically is what it is. So we're just going to buy the really big ones because I don't really give a crap right now about being practical or anything. So we have $900,000 to spend anyway. And I think from here on I can just have it automatically place level 3 objects if I can afford them, of course. Don't want it to place things that I can't afford. So we're going to put a little teeny tiny 3x3 here with a 3-star desk in it. Huh, that you probably spent more money on the stuff in this office than I would have liked, considering that I usually don't put anything in the office of any type. But oh well. We'll have a relatively big development area. Give some room for expansion. It holds 6 people. Good. That means that our research department is also going to need to hold about 6 people. I think it was a 6x7. And our training room, what? Look at this. The auto placements are not always that smart. If you notice, like they could have fit in 2 more people in here, which is just too shy. So you know, it's not that big a deal because now we're gonna have multiple people doing multiple things at the same time. Because we've just gotten big enough to do that finally. We're going to definitely have a quality assurance. This doesn't need to be that big. It can take up the rest of the space here, however many people it'll fit. 3 people's fine, because the main thing they're going to be doing is removing the bugs. That's the main thing. Graphics and music studio, we're going to wait until we have a larger building to use either of these, or any of these actually. Unless we need customer support, which we might need now that we're actually thinking about doing games. Console development's still quite a ways off because we were at 4 million and we spent a ton of money. Marketing can probably take up this space over here, and that will leave us after I buy. I think I need 2 more things. 2 marketing people should be fine. Marketing doesn't take that much. It's mainly you just pay money to make your games get more hype, which is always good. We'll stick our training room here because it doesn't need to hold very many people at all. I think that's good, unless I'm missing something. I guess we'll have a 3-star toilet right in the middle. Oh, and now that we're going to hire more employees, we'll also need the break room. Or staff room, sorry, it's not a break room, it's a staff room. And we have one of everything I want one of. Motion capture, that's still quite a ways off anyway. So now what we're going to do is we are going to experiment, because this thing with a hype of 3 made us 16,000, and it's actually still making us money. And yeah, so let's see what we can do about that. We'll probably also try actually producing our own game this time. Let's just check. I could go and update my own engines. That's probably something we'll do. Cause probably just update. We might not actually have enough money. Might have to do the production contract. I think we can do this one. Yeah, we can do that one easy. Those 3 machines will go really, really fast now. Like, look at that, like 120,000 in like half a week is insanely fast. And we can also hold. I didn't realize quite the scope of the things I was buying. I kind of bought a lot of stuff. We're making 59,000 though off that. That's good. I didn't get best anything, but I also didn't get the worst game of the year, so that's actually an improvement, because the last time we released a game and then re-released it, it got worst game of the year. I don't think the re-release counted, but it still happened, so that's what happened. We'll do a contract real quick. We have a contract. Yes, we have another production contract. I'm confident that you can now automatically execute any contract they give you, unless they expect you to do 1 million in like 5 days or something. That would still be too much for our current production. So we're going to develop a game. I guess we'll just use one of our slightly less updated engines, like the platformer engine, which is just barely not updated. In fact, we actually should research game size. There it is. Research this one real quick, just because I do not want to play with the tiny games anymore. So I think this will give us 10 features, which is actually slightly less than we have. Yeah, 10. So we have 9. It'll give us 10. That's good. We'll have a... What engine was I going to use? Platformer, which is good because I think platforming's in right now. Yeah, platforming's in. So we're definitely going to do good with that. We're going to level up our simulations, because I think simulations, like especially the farther you get in the game, the better they are. We're going to just call this transport stuff. Mainly because I know one of them is transportation and the other one we're going to... Don't worry, we will research topics, guys. One day we will research topics. We shall make it for the PC. Don't have any things to go off to tell me what's good decisions. I have 11 out of 10. Are you kidding me? I guess we don't need sprites. That'll definitely be interesting if you have a 3D rendering without sprites. Oh, I guess. Oh, scrolling. Yeah, needs to show a tiny bit better on the features and technology, which ones are negated by another. Because they did that for the top ones, but not for the bottom ones for some reason. Not quite sure why they did that the way they did, but oh well. We'll do that, and then this is showing us like they're going to be working with this game. So if we had employees here, they would keep doing this until we run out of bugs or the game. No, I think the game has to finish actually if you do it that way. We're gonna auto repeat. We're not gonna be spending 500,000. We'll just do flyers. Except maybe we'll hire a new staff member. Hey, Bob. Bob, you're gonna be over here. So he doesn't really need very many high stats. Yeah, you can build the staff room. You have to build the staff room. It's a joke if you don't build the staff room. They get really mad at you. I left 2 spaces here, but oh well. This is the emptiest staff room I have ever seen in my life. Like, I've had it pre-generate staff rooms before like that, but I've never seen it do that. Also, it's good because we're getting office quality. And this is going up, so things are going our way. We have production contracts too. This will stress test it. We might actually be reaching the limits, but I'm thinking we'll be fine. So they're gonna just keep hyping up transport. Oh. That's why transporting barbarians is still selling. I meant, I thought that, we're gonna stop the, I thought you could market, like, this game. Can you not market this game? Because I know there's ways of doing it. I know there was a way. Oh, no, you have to click it, yeah. Game is in development. Okay, we're gonna spend slightly more money. It'll cost us more, but, and then we'll also gonna have it automatically start researching these, but that'll wait till the game is done, and that way we just have more options in the next few games, and that will pay for 21 researches or random other expenses that come up here and there, so we're good. Yeah, just have to wait for this game to finish. Let me check the time on this episode real quick while that's happening. We're getting it just about 30 minutes, so we'll wrap it up here in a minute. So yeah, so I kind of wasted money because, see, this was on a downhill, so this is gonna be gone. Which 28 weeks is our by far the longest time we've had a game out so far, which is good. Yeah, made 179,000 though. Really, if you make any money on a game at this point, you're doing great. Where are you? What? Why did our guy just leave? He didn't even market anything. He just decided to leave. You are this guy. You go here and market. Thank you. Okay, I don't... Oh, it was because I paused the game to get the marketing, and then he was already walking over. Okay. I understand. I'm not totally crazy. Let's see... This is a lot of bugs, except, you know, I've had late games where they had, I believe, over 1,000 bugs. It was very impressive how if you didn't have somebody removing the bugs as they came, it was impressive how fast the bugs just piled on each other. No, I do not. Oh. My friend, I do not want that research. I want the bugs removed. Yeah, I want the bugs removed, so please, because I need to do this, and then I need to tell them to, I can't make actually any improvements, so I'll just have to let the guy hype it up for a while, which hurts me inside because I was really wanting to do these 7 contracts, except, I guess I have room. I could put in like a little mini of this room that's like dedicated to contracts. That's actually something I have done before. I just had a mini room that was only dedicated to contracts, and that might actually be might not be that bad of an idea. We're gonna give another guy. That way they just double team it and get this thing hyped. You're getting a tiny bit ridiculous. Okay, finish. Okay, now new marketing campaign for a game. It's going to be transport stuff because the other one was taken out of the market. We're not going to auto-repeat because that's expensive, but we will spend... I really sometimes wish there's a teeny tiny delay on them leaving their area. So we'll have them do this real quick and then we'll release it because it still has 20 hype. seriously, it's supposed to... Oh, maybe that means it's only good up to 50, so... Oh, okay. So that's probably why doing the little ones are so cheap, is because... Oh, no, wait, I can self-publish, can't I? Yeah, I can self-produce. The game will be released in... We need money, so it'll be released in 2 weeks. That'll give us just enough time to print crap. Why is it still a floppy disk, my friend? I'm pretty sure... I want a nice profit margin. Maybe not quite that much. $12 profit margin. So, you notice we get a lot higher of a profit margin when we produce it ourselves. Like, that's $12 per game. So that's one way to make really, really easy money. It's got some flaws just short of gold, though. Okay, so see, this is without even fully hyping a game or improving it at all. So I would guess that if we keep doing it, it's still going to be interesting. Now we can do sequels to our game. So one of the first things we'll do is probably just do... yeah, I don't want to do that. Pay 100,000, blah humbug. One of the first things I want to do, now that we can do that, is make a sequel of our first game. And then, because usually, like, your really old games, even if they were terrible, you can usually sell them for something. We're going to produce 50,000. We're not going to have it produced automatically, though, because that can get you into a lot of trouble. Holy cow. I've spent $1.1 million on this game. It better be good. And I'm going to do contract work. Okay, auto execute. Ooh. Maybe we'll do the 6-week one first. Yeah, that's going to definitely need all 6 weeks it's given us. Did they do every single... No, I just canceled the topics. Okay. No, they ran out of money. That's why they stopped doing the topics. Okay. I was trying to figure out what on earth was going on. And... I don't think I overproduced. I was going to say, I think I might have overproduced this, but I think we'll be fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, go. But yeah. So, I'm going to call that an end to this episode, you guys. Oh, someone licensed our engine. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to try to keep the episodes under, let's just see what our time is, under about 30 minutes per episode. Give or take like 5 minutes, just for if I don't pay attention to the clock. Or worse, I look at the clock and then completely ignore it. And now that we can actually produce games, we're going to look into actually doing consoles, because obviously we'll need a larger building, which is becoming a theme. We could probably go up to an $8 million building before we have to save up a lot of money to buy them, because I think $8 million used to be like a gigantic office building, because they've really upped the prices in the game, I can tell. And this is all the notifications for all the stuff we've done. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. My name is the Rad Man, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.